Wait, no, wait. Alright, I didn't want to make this video, and I really wish my PlayStation wasn't sound like the airport again, but I kind of want to explain a few things. I'm not even supposed to be playing right now. I'm supposed to be doing my papers, but I felt like I was alone for a few hours, and I felt like, why not just explain this for a little bit, do the new thing on Call of Duty, on whatever. But this video is about something that is going to mean a lot to me, and I hope people understand where I'm going with this. But I haven't been making videos for the last few months, and I'm going to explain why in this video.
Still specialist.
Recently, I was recently, my uncle died in February, the day after my sister's birthday on February 12th, and that was probably one of the beginning things. But before that, I was going to stop making this for a bit so I could concentrate more on school, because it's my last year in fucking college, and I was thinking, why not, do it right, but and then around February, when my uncle died, and when my dad, first my uncle died, before my uncle died, my dad went to Florida in January, and when he came back about a few days later, I found out my grandma went to the hospital, and my mom was on the phone with the doctor, and when me and my dad came home from like picking up bagels or something, she was like crying. I don't understand why. I kind of knew, but like I didn't want to believe it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I played it. Anyway, it came to a point where I was confused what was going to happen, why she was crying a little bit, why my grandmother was in the hospital, and it turned out my grandmother had gotten breast cancer, and she hasn't had breast cancer since I was a baby. Like legit, I was a baby when she last had breast cancer. I was like 1 or 2, and I remember always going to the hospital when she needed to go. Anyway, about a couple months after that, she had pneumonia twice. I'm gonna give early, fast details. She got pneumonia while having cancer, having breast cancer. She practically was in the hospital for like a month. And I really didn't know what was going on. The doctors didn't know what was going on. But all in all, my whole family was like, we didn't fucking know what to do. And this is really hard to fucking talk about, because my grandma means the world to me. And I'm gonna basically explain why I really haven't been making videos the last couple of months, because of her. And I cannot fucking get a kill with this damn gun, so I'm gonna get a little cheeky over here. Anyway, let me stop talking playing games and actually talk. My grandmother was in the hospital, and she was getting better, and we didn't know when she was gonna get out. And WrestleMania came in April, and she was getting a little bit better, but there was no signs of it getting better, because this is something that unfortunately wasn't able to be fixed. It wasn't able to be cured. which is why I'm telling you this, because last week, literally a week ago, on Saturday, did I pop this back? Cool. I forgot to use this. Oops. On Saturday, my grandmother died. And I didn't know what to do. I was legit gonna get on PS4 also and play with Jess and maybe make a video, because I didn't know when the next time I make a video, because I have so much schoolwork coming up in the next couple of weeks at that time. And part of me basically died when I found out my grandmother died. And I really felt like if I made a video like with my face, it would just be me crying. And I didn't know how to make it because it was just hard for me. And like, we're talking about like a week ago, like on that Thursday of that week, not this week but that week, like last week, I was like listening to a song that reminded me of her, because I knew like she had cancer and I didn't know how long she had. And I was just thinking like what I was gonna write as a post. And for some strange reason, my mom was mentioning her on that Saturday, how I should go visit her, because I haven't seen my grandmother since she got out of the hospital. I actually haven't seen my grandmother in a month, because it was hard for me just to see her the way, just the way she was. She was getting oxygen and food tubes, the tubes for her feeding, and I just couldn't like see that. It was weird for me to just see it like that. I'm not a type of person that would want to see their grandmother or anybody in their family in a hospital. I'm not a fan of hospitals, and I was going to go see her in a nursing home, which she was at to get better, and she was getting better, we thought. And it's just really hard for me to like explain now. I'm trying to fight off my emotions and tears, because I don't want to be the guy to cry on the mic. But I also remember mentioning to you guys a month ago when I made the WWE WrestleMania predictions that I would explain a little bit more about why I mentioned my grandma in the hospital in another video. And this is, I guess, that video. I didn't want it to be very sad, bringing up how she, like, her death, but fortunately shit happens. Enforcer kill. But yeah, I lost my grandmother. And it really sucked on me. Sucked for the whole family, but learning that I'm the reason why she survived the first time, you know, kind of bothered me. Again, I didn't know if I was going to see her or not ever again. It was really sad that she had to die the way she did. And the reason I'm pausing a lot is because like, I'm legit fighting. Like, I'm legit trying not to cry on the mic. I didn't want to ever make this video like this. I remember doing this for my grandma Ina, and I was doing it with my face, like legit my face. So you guys cannot see how upset I am right now. This whole week has been one of the weirdest weeks for me. Like, when it comes to like, you know, just living life. It's been the scariest week, the saddest week, and the hardest week. That Tuesday of the funeral, or actually Monday, let me get to that. Monday I didn't go to school because like it was really hard on me, just concentrate school and like thinking about my grandmother. Oh my god. But I didn't go to school on Monday, and I went to Valerie's house, and I went there because, damn it, I went there because, you know, I didn't know where else. I didn't want to stay home because that Monday my parents were getting ready for like a shiva, which is basically you sit down for a whole week for, you know, sit down and just not do anything for the death of the parent or whoever. It's really hard to explain this right now with like my emotions and shit. So bear with me. So like, please bear with me. It's been really hard on me the last few days. So if you do have the heart, thank you for understanding. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but the people that do watch, thanks. It means a lot.
Mechanical destroyed.
But that Monday, I just, for some fucking reason, when me and Val were hanging out like the last 30 minutes, I don't know what it was, but I could not control my emotions that night, and I basically thought of
There's no escaping death.
The wake when you look at the body for a person one last time to say goodbye, and I just saw it, and my fucking head wasn't there. I shot that guy in the foot, and I was basically crying in her household.
It speaks for itself.
That was the first time she's ever seen me like cry, and I just pictured my grandmother in the casket. And all I've been doing recently in the last few days is picturing my grandmother. Doing like everything I do, like even doing this video, because Call of Duty or GTA, I would have never even had these games if it wasn't for my grandmother. I wouldn't be making videos if it wasn't for my grandmother, basically, if I didn't have all these video games. You know, she pre-ordered them for me, and she's the reason why I made these videos. I'm playing these games. But like, I couldn't go to her house. Like, I went to Trump Village where she lived yesterday for a second time. Valerie lived in Trump too, so I wasn't on her side though. I was on Valerie's side, and all I could have thought of was just my grandmother. And the one thing I really thought of was just going through that house and seeing the empty chair with her cane next to it. Of it never, her never being there anymore. I'm sorry, I'm like, you know, sounding a little bit like I'm about to cry. But, you know, my grandma meant the world to me. She made me the person I am today. And I just don't know what life is like right now without her. Like, I lost my smile Saturday night when she died. I fucking lost a part. Like, there's a hole in my heart now that can never be fixed. I really mean that. I lost my grandma Ina 11 years ago too, and that one really hit me. And like when I was a teenager, it didn't hit me as a kid. But losing my grandma Gloria was probably the hardest thing and the saddest thing that I could ever think of. Like, I lost friends. I've had my heart broken by many people. But this whole fucking last few months has been the hardest for me when it comes to school related, losing my uncle and now losing my grandma. That's why I haven't been making videos. It's just been, it's stressing me out, and I don't know. That's why this video is called Why I've Been Making Videos. And sad news. Sad news, what is, you know, I didn't want to put my grandmother died just for clickbait references. I didn't want to put sad or break bad news for clickbait because I put this down to really explain why I haven't been making videos, why I just don't want to at the moment. Like doing this, that's different. I haven't posted anything in 2 weeks. I have posted a Babyface trailer, but that was it. I haven't been on PlayStation. This is my first time playing on PlayStation, being online since that day. I might have played with my little cousins, but like, I don't know. I've gotten a lot of support from people that I haven't seen in a long time. Would I like to tell Shauna and Michelle? Yeah. Shauna would answer, sorry. Michelle would probably leave me on the dust. Leave me like the dust that I am, and just probably like sweep me away. Because she's no longer in my life. Shauna's barely in my life. We're acquaintances at this moment. I don't know, I'm telling you that. It's not important, but the first person I told was Valerie, and then I told Jess. And I didn't tell anybody until like the day after. Because my grandma's friend in Long Island had to know before anybody else out of the family. Because people in Long Island that I hang out with are family. So this has been like the hardest week for me. And I just can't think about what life would be like without my grandmother right now. I literally say this. I know she's in a better place, but if I walk into that home and see that cane and not see her sitting on that seat next to her cane, reading us in the morning, or whenever we see her, it's gonna hurt me. We used to always celebrate birthdays there. I learned how to gamble because of her. I don't know. It's gonna be a while for me to like be me again, because I'm not going to be me in a way. I want, finish off with my last month of school, and that's being a pain in my ass now, knowing how about all this sad news. I really don't know what life is going to be like right now this week as well, because I don't know. I'm not saying I'm done making videos. I'm not saying this is it. I'm just saying this is gonna be a while for me to be happy and make jokes and make videos again. I might need to maybe mid-May or June to be myself. I'll post probably a Babyface video when it's gonna be completed to both channels, but as of right now, I'm not gonna be making any YouTube videos on here. I haven't even really posted much on Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook because it's just been hard. Our last 3 posts have been about my grandmother. I haven't been you know, giving like Babyface its due. But I promise I'll be back soon. Whoever watches this, I'll be okay eventually. I'm gonna try and when I make videos not mention death a lot, because mostly cancer, because breast cancer is like, it's in my family apparently. My aunt died from breast cancer. My grandmother, of course, died from breast cancer. Second time having it. I just wish I could have said goodbye the right way. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to her in the casket, you know. I don't want y'all to feel bad for me either, because I hate when people feel bad for me. Like, if you're gonna feel bad for me, help me become the person that I was before this happened. You know, I've tried to be strong, and it's hard, mostly when you have to go places where she's been. You know, I'm graduating in a month. I might actually have a job, which will mean less time on videos, so great. So it's gonna be really weird on this channel. You know, I've been making videos for a few years with Devon, on here, Babyface. I don't know what it's gonna be like on Steve the Man 95. But until then, this isn't a goodbye. This is I'll see you later. And I love you, Grandma. I miss you. I'll see you again.